Shalom. Prophecies of the Abaria Lashan. The ancient book of Gad the seer. God. Let's get to it. Millennial kingdom. And in the end of days, the sower shall be true, and the seed shall be true. And from the seed, all the land will be baraka, blessed. Be joyful and glad, remnant of Yahyada, Judah, and rejected of Yasharal, Israel, for salvation, deliverance. Yahyasha is Yahya, Allahya. As you shall be a curse and a blasphemy to all the families of the earth, so shall you be a barakium, a blessing, and favor, Hanan, forever. At that time, no curse or unrighteous people will be found among you. In the Yachad, the elect, the community of Yah. For everyone will join you in the covenant, the law, the testimony, statutes, and ordinances. And you and they shall have one Yah, one covenant, one law, and one language. For all shall speak in the language of Hebrew, Abaria, the set-apart language, Lashan, the sealed book of Moses, Masha. Let's get to it. For whoever shall call upon my name shall be delivered. And so shall it be in the last days among my people. But how shall they call on him whom they have not known, by whose name no mouth can pronounce? Now this is the great mystery, which I, Masha, Moses, must keep hidden from the world until Yahya finds it prudent to reveal it to the Baniam sons of men, for it is the key to operating the set-apart priesthood of Yahyasha. These men begin to relive the true feelings derived from the name of Allahya, and their way of feeling, bringing a rescue of the priesthood powers of Yahyasha among brothers who begin to share in common all things, including a language, Lashan, which was pure and virtuous. And this same priesthood and posture among the children of men will again be revived in the end times with the people of Yah and Sion, which will rise through the words of this book and will restore to the people in the last days the dialect of a pure and immaculate language on the part of those who will invoke Yahya, not by the babbling of the impure human language created by man, but by the spiritual dialect when expressing the divine sentiments in the hearts of those who will ground the citizenship of Zion in themselves. For this is what will truly sustain the foundation of Zion in the last days, a people pure in heart. Zephaniah 3:9. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9. For then will I turn to the peoples a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of Yahya, to serve him with one consent. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9. Pure language, a language of pure speech, devoid of falsehood and deception. The JST Scriptures, Joseph Smith Jr. translation. Let's get to it. Barashayata, Genesis chapter 6, verse 4. And Yah revealed himself unto Seth, Shat, and he rebelled not, but offered an acceptable sacrifice like unto his brother Abel. And to him also was born a son, Abaniah, and he called his name Anayash, Enos. And then began these men to call upon the name of Yahya, and Yahya baraka them, blessed. And a book of remembrance was kept, in the which was recorded in the Lashan, language of Adam, Aramic language. For it was given unto as many as call upon Yah to write by the spirit of inspiration. And by them their children were taught to read and write, having a language which was pure and undefiled. Now this same priesthood, which was in the beginning, shall be in the end of the world also. For a book of remembrance we have written among us, according to the pattern given by the finger of Yah, Allah Yah, and it is given in our own language, Lashon, Zakaran, Safar. Let's get to it. Malachi, which is Malachiah, chapter 3, verse 16. Then they that feared Yahweh spake one with another, and Yahweh hearkened and heard, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that loved Yahweh and that thought upon his name. And they shall be mine, said Yahweh of Malachim, even mine own possession, in the day that I make, and I will spare them, as a man spare his own Baniah, his son, that serveth him. Then shall you return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth Allah and him that serveth him not. Luke chapter 11, verse 20. Yayayara. But if I, by the finger of Yahweh, cast out demons, fallen watchers in their teachings, then is the kingdom of Allah come upon you. The sealed book of Ephraim. Let's get to it. This is the sacrifice of Seth, Shat, that was like unto his brother, Abel. Cain came unnoticed when he formulated his own dogmas, doctrines, upon prophecy. With this in mind, Abel proceeded to formulate doctrine based upon the original context, described by his father Adam in the Edenic language, which is also the Adamic language, which would be to the nation of Yasharal in the days when Moses described this account, meaning that it's the Proto-Canaanite, Proto-Semitic language as well. The books of the Nasarium and the Enlightened Ones. Let's get to it. When asked, how do you heal? Yahayasha replied, by the finger of Allah. Genesis retold. Let's get to it. Yabalium, Jubilees, chapter 12, verse 25 to 26. And Yahya, Allah said, open his mouth and his ears, that he may hear and speak with his mouth, with the Lashon language, which has been revealed. For it has ceased from the mouth of all the children of men, from the day of the overthrow of Babel. And I opened his mouth and his ears, and his lips, and I began to speak with him, in Hebrew, Abariah, in the language of creation, the legend of the Jews. Let's get to it. To every nation, a peculiar language was assigned, Abariah Hebrew being reserved for Yasharal, the language made use of by Yah at the creation of the world. Adamic language. In the beginning, Yah gave Adam a language that was pure, perfect, and undefiled. This Adamic language was far superior to any language which is presently extinct. This first language spoken by mortals was either the celestial tongue language of the messengers or such adaptation of it as was necessary to meet the limitation of mortality. And Adam and his posterity had power to speak, read, and write it. In writing of the prophets in the day of the first man, Masha says, and a book of remembrance was kept in the language of Adam, for it was given unto as many as called upon Yah to write by the spirit of inspiration, and by them their children were taught to read and write, having a language which was pure and undefiled. Then Adam and Chaya entered the cave and stood praying in their own language. The sealed portion. Let's get to it. And Adam caused to be written many of his teachings, that they might be passed down from one generation to the next, thus preserving the plain and simple truth from the mouth of Yah that Adam received while in the garden of Eden. But as I have previously explained it unto you, many of these things have been lost in translation and corrupted by the works of men. In the language in which Adam wrote these things unto his children have been lost from among all the languages of the world. And it was in this language, even the Adamic language, that the Father speaketh unto those who